I give the floor to the distinguished representative of United Nations Watch.
Thank you, Mr. President. The members of this Council have been mandated by the international community to protect victims of human rights violations around the world. Resolution 60251 of 2006 provides that the Council would address situations of violations of human rights, including gross and systematic violations, and that it would hold special sessions when needed. In the 10th anniversary year, we ask, is the Council living up to its mandate? Let us consider the events of the past summer. Here is what happened on the ground. In Turkey, following a failed coup attempt, the government embarked on an unprecedented purge, firing or arresting tens of thousands of academics, government employees, journalists and human rights activists. Yet, while this was happening over July and August, the Council was silent. Why did it refuse to call an urgent session on Turkey? Why are there no UNHRC resolutions condemning Turkey's violation of basic human rights? Why is there no international commission of inquiry? Also this summer, Venezuela's extreme policies have led to severe hunger in the country. People have to queue around the block for basic items such as toilet paper and soap. Riots, muggings, mass lootings and murders have all spiked, with reportedly the country having the world's second highest murder rate. On September 1st, 1 million people marched in Caracas to oppose the government. Dozens of demonstrators, including Alejandro Puglia and journalist Braulio Jatar Alonso, were arrested, further adding to Venezuela's growing list of political prisoners. Why did the democratic...
We have a point of order.
Sí, Presidente.
Thank you, President. Good afternoon. I'm sorry that we have to make a point of order on the basis of Article 113 of the internal rules of the General Assembly. There's been a lack of respect in the language used with regard to the leaders and government of my country. This is a clear violation of resolution from the General Assembly. The work of the Council must be guided by impartiality, objectivity and not selectivity. We must have a constructive international dialogue and cooperation with a view to promoting and protecting all human rights. Whilst we recognise that the freedom of expression and participation must be honoured, we must insist that the character and integrity of our leaders and governors must be respected. Notably, if this is jeopardized by NGOs, the origin of which we do not know. So in line with the practices of this body, we would ask you to implore that the speaker use language appropriate to the standards of this body. Thank you.
We have requested for the floor from, which one is first? The delegation of Cuba.
Gracias, Presidente.
Thank you, President. We regret that this debate has had to be interrupted, but this was the only option for the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The speaker is out of order because it's using inappropriate terms to refer to the legitimate governors and leaders of a country. Please call the speaker to order and make sure that the speaker uses appropriate language and references in his statement. We fully concur and endorse the positions taken up by the Venezuelan delegation. Thank you.
I give the floor to the distinguished representative of the United States.
Thank you, Mr. President. We highlight that the United States firmly believes that accredited NGOs must be permitted to speak in the Council. Though member states, including the United States, may occasionally disagree with the contents of NGO statements, It is essential that civil society voices be heard here in an atmosphere of open expression. Without addressing the substance of the Speaker's statement, we are of the opinion that what we have heard of the intervention so far is indeed addressed to the subject matter at hand. Mr. President, we respectfully ask you to rule that the Speaker be allowed to finish their presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Canada.
Thank you, Mr. President. Canada also firmly believes that accredited NGOs should be permitted to speak at the Council. Similar to the statement by the American representative, we respectfully ask you to rule that the Speaker be allowed to finish his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Nicaragua.
Thank you, President. Nicaragua vehemently supports the position expressed by Venezuela. We call upon NGOs to speak in a respectful manner in line with practice. Thank you.
Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Pakistan.
Thank you, President. We support the position presented by Venezuela. Thank you.
I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Slovenia.
Thank you, Mr. President. Slovenia supports the position given by United States and Canada. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At the start of this session, I encouraged all participants to show respect and dignity that are appropriate for this forum. And I'd like to add that we are expected to adhere to the well-established principles of the United Nations, including when referring to countries. So I'd like to encourage all participants to take this in mind. Having said that, I allow the Speaker to continue his statement.
Thank you, Mr. President. In relation to item 3, the promotion and protection of all human rights, we ask, why did the democratic nations of this Council refuse to call an urgent session on Venezuela? Why are there no UNHRC resolutions condemning Venezuela's gross violation of basic human rights? Why is there no International Commission of Inquiry on Venezuela? Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.